this time to the island nation of Sri Lanka, where a long-standing and deep rift between Sri Lanka's President Maithripala Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe is threatening to topple the current ruling coalition in its present form. According to the latest media reports from the island nation, the Prime Minister met with the parliamentary group of his United National Party and decided to form a new government under his leadership alone. MPs of both main parties of the ruling coalition are demanding the resignations of the President and the Prime Minister respectively. A committee has been appointed to address the crisis. Meanwhile, the SLPP, formed recently under the former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, has turned up the heat. They want the government to resign immediately. So what will happen then to the Sri Lanka Freedom Party faction headed by President Sirisena and to the head of state himself? Well, members of the Prime Minister's group have told journalists, and I'm roughly quoting what they've said, that if the President doesn't like the Prime Minister, he can step down. Now, other media reports from Sri Lanka indicate that the President has already met with the Prime Minister and given his consent to dissolving the existing unity government and for the PM's UNP alone to form a fresh one if he can muster a majority in the House. The crisis comes after former President Mahinda Rajapaksa's new Sri Lanka People's Party, or SLPP, swept the country's local polls, decimating both the President and the Prime Minister's own ruling parties. Smelling victory, the former President Rajapaksa is now demanding a parliamentary election ahead of its due date of 2020. Analysts believe that it is this demand that has motivated the move by Prime Minister Wickremesinghe to prove that his party has a comfortable majority and that all is well in the House of Representatives. All parties in the Grand ruling coalition have reportedly agreed to support Mr. Wickremesinghe's move. WION senior foreign editor Padma Rao, who has worked and lived in Sri Lanka for many years, joins us right now from New Delhi. Padma, if I can ask you, what are the chances for Prime Minister Wickremesinghe if he chooses to go it alone?
Well, I think his chances are slim for several reasons. There is a leadership crisis purportedly within the United National Party. Is one of the, Mr. Wickremesinghe has headed this party for a quarter of a century. And he has never actually made it. He's been Prime Minister before, but he's never really lasted full terms, and he's seen as someone who's alienated from the needs of the people on the ground. So I think the only chance that the United National Party might have to keep this coalition with the Freedom Party of the President going is Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe were to offer to step down, to allow himself to be replaced. Then the question arises, who is going to replace him? Because, as I said,
all right,
within the UNP.
Right. Thanks, Padma, for that perspective. We'll, of course, continue to keep track on developments coming out of Sri Lanka.